Welcome to the Kodiak Rider Recap. This is Case Holtman of Tower Racing, and this is CamRock in Cambridge, Wisconsin. I drove up the night before, stayed at a friend's, and this is the 50 plus race, Cat 4-5. There were about 40 of us in the group, and that was 35 plus that was just in front of us. This is the start. This is key. I had a front row start. This is where all the action happens right up front, so I'm just going to let it play out here. I was about fourth into the whole shot. So that's Steve Feary, South Chicago wheelman on the left there, the yellow shoulders. Comes in really hot. Whoa, snap. I put that in slow motion. He did a fantastic job of saving it. He was somebody I was really worried about in this race. So I knew he was down, at least back a little bit. So I hit it hard up this hill, and they're really nice here. They put barriers at the top of the hill, so you can't just fly over it. So I'm in front now. I got past those other two guys. I'm in front, and the rest of the race, you're just going to see grass because I won this race. And I stayed ahead the whole way. Now you will see other people. I'm going to catch some of the 35 plus guys, but I want to take you through the first lap so you can see the course. That was real cool when you go down that hill. There was a little bit of an off camber. It's really dry today, so it's not a big deal. But I just kind of hit it. I've also got some new numbers here. I'm using the Cyclic app instead of the Garmin Verb app to get the numbers on there. I didn't actually use a Cyclic camera. It's still a GoPro, but regardless. But it's a wide track. It's pretty remote. It's not a good viewing course, except for there's one place that brings a lot of people. That's the double log jump. I think people really just want to look at the carnage, but regardless. Every once in a while, you may see some routes that are painted. Those are nice. Oop, there's one. They're orange. You just try to stay away from them. Like I said, I did this a few years ago, and it was a little bit more slippery. I finished 10th that year. I did not do well. I did not have the power at all. It was really kind of frustrating. But it was a little more slippery too. So this was a much easier course to navigate without all the mud. I did run pressure down 23 in both tires, so it was a little bit low. I did bottom out, hit some rocks, and this on the last lap. I hit something, and I'm just like, please don't pop flat. Please don't flat. So I'm kind of cruising along here. We're about to turn left into a strong field. Well, didn't have to brake in that corner, which was kind of cool. This little prairie here. So right now I have 4, 5, 35 plus guys bunched up. My only concern right now, not knowing where anybody is behind me, is that these guys are going to slow me down. So I'm yelling out to them, leaders coming, which is kind of fun to say. You know, how often have I ever said that? Never. Even in the one race I won earlier this year, it didn't even click into me. I just said passing on the left or right. So anyway, I'm trying to get past them. These guys are great. There's a couple, I think, XXX guys from Chicago. So, they're really cool. So I got through, and then it's a matter of just trying to squeeze through. It's really wide here. There's, a main line that's already burned in. But for the most part, it's pretty wide, and you kind of get past people. All right, so I'm gonna run through the whole first lap, and then what I'm gonna do is go through just one section where the course doubles back on itself, and you can actually see where people are. So we'll get to that in a little bit. That's after the log jump. All right, this turn coming up here is a little gravelly. I was a little concerned about it. The first time on the pre-lap, I stood up right here. This is a small incline, and my back wheel slid out, so I was conscious about that. So we do a little loop here, and then this is the double log jump. I did not do this well on the first jump. can see I kind of went sideways a little bit, hit too much tire. I was better the other 3 laps. Turned out to be 4 laps. So that was fine. So this is the section up here. This is where it's going to start doubling back on itself, and you can kind of see. So there's registration over there under the pavilion. So I'm going to kind of go through here, and then I'm going to be able to show you, if you're looking at the timestamp on the video, exactly how far I am in front. And this is about 5 minutes into the race. And we're going to be looking for a guy in a yellow jersey. There he is, right there. He's got a yellow shoulder. He ended up finishing 3rd overall. So that was about a 13-second gap if I did the timestamp right. So in half a lap, a little over half a lap, because they're about 8-minute laps, I got 13 seconds on the field. So that was pretty cool. I didn't know that at the time. I just figured that out as I was going through the video. On the next laps, I was able to see Steve Fury. I knew him. I knew that he was in our field. Oh, this is really fast downhill, and there's a painted rock right in the middle there. I nailed it on the first pre-lap. It was a little sketchy. I did not brake. I was very happy and proud of myself. I'm an overbreaker. And then this little U-turn here, this was, again, muddier 3 years ago. It was fine here. You just try not to go too far down that hill, but it was fine. So I just hit it hard, and there's a place up here. This is a little bit before the finish. This is a nice long power section. And you can get a little bit of a rest on a slight downhill, and then you can kind of really punch it up this hill. So rest going down and then punch it up. And then I got by this guy. Everybody was really nice as I was getting through, didn't have any troubles. And you just keep going, and then we're going to go into a bunch of U-turn sections, which is right before the finish. And I was able to take this corner. That was fine. This little U-turn, you can see maybe it started to get a little muddy as the race went on. It was fine. You're going slow anyway. You just have to be careful you don't slide out. All right, so we're coming up near the start finish. Going to do a bunch of U-turns. There's the playground. I hit one of these stakes at one point. I don't remember which lap it was. And we're going through. So we're going to get to the start finish, and then we're going to jump back to that other section, like I said, about halfway through the course, where we kind of look back, and it's just to show the gaps that happen there. So here's the start finish line, and now we're back at the pavilion. So again, looking at the timestamps, so now a lap and a half into the race, we're going to find our guy in the yellow shoulders. He's our mark for this whole race. He was right behind Steve. Steve Fury finished 2nd. He was on the podium, and he out sprinted the guy on that uphill right before you enter this little area. And so they were close, but he was a good barometer. And where is he? And there he is. So that one was 32 seconds. So in a lap and a half, I was able to really push out a gap. I wasn't going overly strong. It felt good. I don't think that I was having a great day, but I felt good and I didn't get tired. So I'll take that. So we're 32-second gap here. Again, we're here at the pavilion. We're going to stretch this gap out just a few more seconds, and it's going to be about 37 seconds. And you can see, based on where he is on the course, I knew that I had gained at least a couple seconds over the previous lap. Oh, yep, see, he's in the woods still. So I knew that was a good sign. And so I kept going. And then on the last lap, again, here's our pavilion. Again, not a ton to show in this race. I had a good race. It was exciting for me. And the fourth lap, I'm just like, please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't flatten. Like I said, I hit a rock or something, and I hit rim on both tires. And I was a little concerned there. So, but it seemed to work out. So on this last lap, we're going to get a gap of 35 seconds. So it's, yep, there they are. So it was 35 seconds. All right. And now we're going to show the finish line. So there's a guy right behind me. He's 35 plus. I had just passed him. I wasn't too bothered. So I slowed up. I actually put my hands in the air, which was kind of fun. All right, but he flew past me. Yeah, he did a cool sprint. So that was nice. So here's a podium. Steve Fury, they put him on the 60-plus podium. He should have been on this, too, as the second place guy. Oh, and there's my cookie. So we all got a cookie for winning. But thanks, everybody, for watching. Appreciate it.